late spring. The robins are chirping, hope is in the air, and 17-year-old Elliott Goodman is taking a Latin final, his last exam as a high school student. He's mulling over a devilishly difficult passage from Virgil's Aeneid, gleefully meandering through forests of dactyls and spondees, and he is in heaven. How he loves Latin! Its cockamamie syntax, its mysterious grammar, its illogical logic. It was in this same Latin class that he first realized the linguistic coincidence of his initials, E.G., Elliott Goodman, exempli gratia, for example. Was he supposed to be, as a human being, an example for others to follow? Would he be someday, somehow, in some way, chosen by someone as some sort of example of something greater than himself? When the gurney finally reached the OR, Jim Dash, the cardiac surgeon, arrived at the scene. "Let's go, people. This guy needs to be prepped and draped stat." Elliott was in bad shape, and he knew it. His mind grasped for any tiny flotsam in its ocean of fear. Perched on the roof of his college frat house, a copy of Dante's Paradiso in one hand, and a tankard of suds from the house keg in the other, 21-year-old Elliott Goodman senses that life couldn't be more idyllic if it tried. The air is filled with the bounties of floral perfume, lilac, jasmine, wisteria, honeysuckle. From somewhere below wafts the glorious cacophony of students bantering on their way to a seminar, a dusty Springfield LP, campus canines copulating. It's about as good as it's gonna get. And as he sips and reads and ponders and soaks in the sensuousness of the scene, he ruminates on what he will become. At college, he has been preparing for life in his own way, refining his technique on acoustic guitar, perfecting the fine art of dating, participating in sports of every kind, taking courses from every cranny of the curriculum. He has become a jack of all trades, and while most of his classmates have mapped out their careers, medicine, law, business, he has no clue of what he will do in life. This ongoing quest for focus will take him on a merry chase via the Peace Corps, Nicaragua, 6 months apiece studying in Florence, Renaissance art, and Oxford, philosophy, plus a glorious year in Paris. Ah, Paris. There he will sit for hours on end at the Café Apollinaire on the Boulevard Saint-Germain, slowly sipping Martini Rouge, rocks twist, and slowly puffing on Campanella mini cigars. He is thinking about teaching literature. He loves the concept of sharing ideas, of spreading the contagion of his passion for words and thoughts. Jim Dash reached for a sublingual tablet of nitroglycerin and tucked it under Elliott's tongue. In 3 seconds, the pain was gone. Amazing. "How we doing?" Jim asked, as he prepared for the bypass. A quick glance at Elliott's contorted face told him that the agony had returned. "God damn it, he's arresting!" Jim snapped as he initiated CPR. Deep in the bowels of Harvard's august Widener Memorial Library, just turned 50 Elliott Goodman walks through the maze of stacks to a book titled The Heart Has Its Reasons, The Individual versus Society in Western Literature. He had written it just a year ago, and his ego is curious to see how many students have checked it out since. Turning to the back of the book, he is dismayed to discover that only one due date is stamped on the withdrawal slip. As he stares at the solitary date at the back of his book, his eternal questions resurface. What does it mean to achieve something? Why has he been put on this earth? What's the value of all his education? Was Pascal right after all? Who are we insignificant creatures in the grandness of God's universe? Walking through the stacks, he feels adrift in the halls of academe, a misfit. In his heart, wouldn't he rather be far away from libraries and classrooms, picking his guitar or playing golf or having fun with his family? Then, has he been a good enough husband to Joy? Has he spent enough time with Jake and Molly, having catches in the